Hey guys, now we're going to go through the app so that you can see what it's like to send all the information to your tax professional. So we'll go ahead and click on Get Started. As soon as you do, just go ahead and include your email address so that you can create the account. And also include a password. We have some parameters there for you as well to make sure that the password is extra secure. Then we'll click Continue. And we'll get started with your personal info. If you want to scan the back of your driver's license, it'll go ahead and auto-populate all the information there into the following screen. But we'll go ahead and skip this for now so that people can go ahead and see what it's like to go through the app. So this information would have been auto-populated. We'll go ahead and include this. So we'll go ahead and include Harry. We'll include the last name here. You can include your social security number there. Include your address. Once you include a zip code, it'll auto-populate the city and the state. Then include your date of birth. Include your cell phone number along with the driver's license ID, and then we'll include your occupation. And this information is going to be very relevant for the tax professional when he receives it. So we'll go ahead and choose your resident state, choose Florida, filing status, single. You have a couple options there. Go ahead and choose the one that corresponds to you. Then you have some dependents. If you have dependents, we'll go through them. If you don't, then we'll just reach the summary page, which I'll show you in just a second. But I'd like to show you what it looks like to fill this information as well. It's very simple. So dependent first name, we'll choose Oscar. We'll also have the option of choosing their date of birth along with their social security number that you'll include. Citizenship status, you have a couple options there. Go ahead and choose the one that corresponds to your dependent situation. His relationship, go ahead and choose son, right? We'll click next. How many months did he live with you? 12. Did he pay for more of half his living expenses? No. And do you want to add another dependent? No. So now we reached the summary page. So here's the information that you just entered. If you'd like to edit the information, just click on edit and you'll do so. Or you can go ahead and add a dependent here as well. And if everything looks good, we'll just go ahead and click on continue. Now we'll just get some information about your income. And here we provide a couple options for you. If you want to go ahead and upload a document for your W-2, or if it's a side job, or if it's unemployment, we've provided a couple scenarios for you so that it's easy. But if you're not familiar with kind of what scenario it should correspond to, just go ahead and choose other and you can upload the document there. So when you're doing that, all you have to do is click on it. It'll say snap a photo. It'll open up the camera. Right, and I'll just go ahead and take a picture. I'll click use photo, and then it'll go ahead and attach that W-2. If I want to go ahead and say done, it'll show a number 1, right, that I've attached 1. Let's go ahead and choose W-2 again so you can see what it's like to add another one. So we'll snap a photo, it'll open up the camera in the exact same way. We'll take a picture, use the photo, and then if you see, it'll go ahead and attach the second W-2 right there. So if I want to go ahead and click on the W-2, I can see it there. I can delete it if I want, or I can just go back. And then when I click done, you should see that there's a number 2 now, indicating that there's 2 W-2s attached right there. If you want to include the information here, that's completely fine. Otherwise, you can click add later and you can submit the documents through the chat, and I'll show you what that looks like in just a second. But I just wanted to show you what it's like to upload the documents right here. We'll click on continue, and then we'll dig into some tax breaks. So some of these scenarios will uncover big tax breaks that tax professionals can start to really investigate, and you can provide them some information about it. So if you include, for instance, if you know what your real estate taxes were, great. You can include this information for the tax pro. You don't have to include it, but it just makes their life a little easier, right? So if you click next, it'll show a check mark that you've answered some of those questions. You don't necessarily have to. You can communicate this in the chat, and I'll show you what that is in just a second. And you can click on add later, or you can answer some of these so that it's easier for your tax professional to make sure that they can find all the deductions. Then we'll click on continue. And now we're just going to finish up with your health insurance. So you'll go ahead and choose that, answer that question there. Now we're pretty much almost done. Here you can decide how you'd like to pay. If you'd like to pay with your refund, or you can pay in office, choose whatever works best for you. In this case, I'll choose pay with refund. You also have your disbursement options. If you'd like to receive in direct deposit, you can choose bank account, include your routing account number and account type, and it'll be directly deposited into your account. Or you can simply just choose paper check. I'll use paper check for this example. Now you can go ahead and attach this information for your tax professional if they're requiring a social security card or anything of that sort. You can simply add it later if you'd like to as well. Click continue there. You can attach the front and back of your IDs, or you can add them later in the chat, and I'll show you that in a second. And continue. You can also attach a selfie as well. Click continue. Or you can attach any additional documents that you'd like. So for instance, if you're concerned about one that looked blurry, or if you want to just make sure that you can just send the tax professional as much documents as they can and let them figure it out, you can certainly do so, and do that here. Attach any additional documents that you'd like. We'll click done. Now the information is secure, it's ready to be sent. We'll go ahead and click on submit, and now the information gets sent directly to the tax professional so that he can get started on your return. And so part of the process, we would like you to obviously continue having direct communication with the tax professional if you have any questions, if you have concerns. So we've included the chat portion here as well. So you'll see an automated message that comes out. That's just letting you know that your tax professional is working on your stuff. If you want to go ahead and attach another document, or if you want to send them a message, just say thank you, right? You can send them thank you, and he'll see that in real time. You can also attach another document if you want to include something else that you forgot previously. You can attach it right there. You can use that photo, and then it'll attach the photo directly from the chat, and your tax professional will be able to access it. So stay put. Let the tax professional do his due diligence, and then I'll show you in the next video exactly how you can sign your return right from within the app.